Some startups go up, others go down. Welcome to GeekWire's Elevator Pitch, where 3 entrepreneurs pitch their businesses in the 42 seconds it takes to get to the top of Seattle's iconic Space Needle. Over the course of 9 episodes, we'll narrow the field from 27 entrepreneurs to 1 winner. In this episode of Elevator Pitch, presented by Smartsheet, we'll hear from 3 startup founders as they pitch their emerging businesses to our panel of leading investors and entrepreneurs. Let's meet our judges. T.A. McCann, a serial software entrepreneur and professional sailor who sold his last company to Google and counts Rival IQ and more than a half dozen other startups to his name. Richard Tate, the motorcycle riding Scotsman and mastermind behind the hit board game Cranium, who now stirs up new ideas inside Starbucks. Heather Redman, power broker and former Getty Images executive who cuts deals as managing director of venture capital firm Flying Fish Partners. The clock is ticking. Jump on board and ride with us on the elevator pitch and find out which entrepreneur has what it takes to make it to the top.
Hi, I'm Max Baker, the CEO of Illumagear.
Welcome to the Space Needle.
It's our company mission to provide personal illumination to workers at risk. There are roughly 30 million people who wear a hard hat every day in the North American, EU, UK, and Australian markets. And it's our goal to provide a halo on every hard hat. In the last 12 months, we've had a nearly 400% unit sales growth rate, and we're expecting to roughly triple revenue this year. We therefore do not have a funding round open. However, we're always looking for access to capital, ideally non-dilutive, strong strategic partnership, staff, and of course customers. At Illumagear, we care about getting you home safely. I'm Max. Thank you for your time.
How much does it cost?
$99 for halo and battery shows up. And if you guys want, play
I'll
with
definitely check it out.
Yeah.
And take me through how the sales cycle works. Like, how do you get visibility? How do you engage with the different municipalities or companies?
We sell to 30 state DOTs, about half the largest contractors in the country use our equipment. Currently, about 65% of our business ultimately goes through distribution channels. So be that Amazon, HD Supply, Fastenal, Grainger, Shop Reliable, you name it.
What's the competitive moat that you have on this?
Well, we have the patent on the design and the utility of the concept. So if you take a rigid ring structure and you put it on a safety helmet, we own that. There's a very particular Z89.1 rating, which is the rating that dictates the structural integrity of this hard hat. And those clips are designed so they do not invalidate that rating. Hard hats are kind of like cars. They're ubiquitous, but they're very different. So I have owned multiple soccer ball bags full of different hard hats. They're not all the same. And that system, the way it mounts, it does not require anything from the hard hat. So that is a very unique advantage in the environment that we live in. And from a competition standpoint, instead of essentially an Energizer camping headlamp, our product is designed to live on this helmet, which is an industrial tool. And instead of having a camping solution that's essentially a throwaway item, we're built for the environment.
What's limiting your growth?
There's a couple factors that technically limit growth. We're still a relatively unknown entity in the market space, but there's a huge amount of opportunity depending on how you break down the different markets. So primarily, I think sales, boots on the ground, that's how product is sold really in this industry space, which we view as safety and safety technology in particular, and then market awareness. So we're focused on staffing from a sales side, and then developing a larger brand and marketing approach this year and into next year with the launch of 2 new products.
If I've seen a hard hat with a ring on it, which I have, and I actually feel like it's prevented me from hitting a few people, quite honestly, so good on you. Is it yours, or could it be somebody else's?
It's 99% likely ours. You could take 3M back sticky tape and you could mount it on your hard hat yourself. So I can't be for sure, but that technically invalidates the rating of the helmet. So safety managers and OSHA inspectors will actually remove those helmets from the job site. So it's pretty high likelihood that if you saw that, that's us.
Where do you go from here? Do you go to bikes? Are there other applications for this technology beyond hard hats?
There are, but truth of the matter is we're very similar to a Sonicare toothbrush or a Clarisonic facial brush. There is a huge market. Global, it's really big for just halo, and by really big, like there are 25 million people that wear a hard hat every day. What would make Honeywell, Topcon, Trimble, 3M buy us is because we're the avenue in to how does the job site actually measure the improvement in personal safety, and Halo is the cornerstone. And so it's really the beginning of our company. We've never viewed ourselves as a lighting company. We view ourselves as a safety technology company. That's the acquisition play. We signed some NDAs. I can tell you guys some interesting stuff. That's where we are right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Thank you.
Having good technology like this for safety, could be pretty ubiquitous, right? I mean, we all walk around in the dark all the time.
But I think you had a great point. They're staying laser focused. It's a big market.
Yep.
They know what they're doing. They have patent protection in that space.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do wonder about the patent. I mean, that seems like a very broad patent. To basically lights in a ring around a helmet. That's. I'd like to probe on that a little bit and see if somebody is trying to rip that off.
Yeah.
Well, and as a small company, if someone does rip that off, what are you going to do?
Right.
The fact that he hasn't done sales and marketing properly to sort of get that awareness out there, to even get someone to be concerned about copying it.
That was interesting, sort of not penetrating some of those channels yet. He's got to figure out how does he make it a no-brainer for everybody else to be selling this for him.
Hi, I'm Elana, one of the co-founders of Wyze Labs.
Welcome to the Space Needle.
How many times have you been on vacation or at the office and wondered something about your home? Did I remember to close the garage door, or did that package get delivered, or is the dog in the trash again? We created the Wyze Cam to answer questions like these. The Wyze Cam is a 1080p smart home camera that's small, flexible, and easy to set up and mount anywhere in your home. Pull up a live stream view on your smartphone, or get an alert anytime your Wyze Cam detects motion or sound. The Wyze Cam retails for $19.99 and includes 14-day cloud storage of alert videos for free, no subscription plans required. We launched the Wyze Cam in October and have sold over 250,000 units in less than 6 months. We've built a team of people who are passionate about making great smart home products that customers love, and the Wyze Cam is just the beginning.
I love it. How are you building awareness?
So we don't spend money on traditional marketing. We let the Wyze Cam speak for itself. So we got some great PR coverage when we launched. We were in a lot of great big tech publications. It's really been spreading by word of mouth. People buy it, they try one, they love it, they come back, they buy more, they tell their friends. So word of mouth has been one of the biggest ways that people find out about us.
Can we see it?
Sure.
Describe to me how it's powered. That was one of the things that I was fascinated
Sure,
by.
so there's no battery, so you need to plug it in. So it comes with a USB cable. You can plug it into an outlet or use a power bank if you want to plug in somewhere there isn't an outlet. The base is magnetic, so you can put it anywhere. It comes with a metal plate that you can put on the wall. So it's very easy to move, it's very flexible, the design. You can mount it upside down, and a feature of our app is that you can flip the image, so you can put it basically anywhere.
Yeah.
So what's the number one thing your customers are saying that makes them buy this as opposed to a competitive product?
For a lot of people, it's ease of use. It's
Which means ease of setup?
ease of setup. Yep, and reliability. The connection, the picture is very clear. We spend a lot of time making sure that when you pull it up on your app, that picture comes through quickly and it's very clear. You can zoom, you can record. The user experience is a big piece, and then the price.
What's the ultimate vision for the company? What's the problem you're trying to solve?
There's a great promise of what smart home can be as far as making life simpler, easier, and make it so you don't have to think about so many of the little day-to-day things. But the technology isn't quite there, and so what we want to do is have an ecosystem of products that are simple, intuitive, and solve a lot of those problems without the customer having to be technical or understand, is this Zigbee or Z-Wave or Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? All of our products will work together seamlessly and be easy for the customer.
What's been the most surprising use case?
One of our co-founders put one in his crawl space, and it's motion detection. It has night vision, so you can see things like raccoons or rats coming into your crawl space, which is fascinating. We have researchers that are studying bugs. We have, a lot of people put them to watch packages on their porch. We get customers that have, a relative in a nursing home or assisted living or in the hospital, and they're not able to travel to see them, but for $20, they can put a camera in and keep that connection. And we get some really beautiful stories of people that use them for things like that couldn't afford a $200 camera, but use our product and thank us for making something like that available to them.
Good job.
Thank
you.
Yeah, thank you.
thanks.
Great job.
Crawl space cam.
Crawl space cam.
There's a bright future in that. I will say, in looking at all the work that they've done, they have incredible personality. All of the marketing promotional materials, a lot of it feels fun and engaging and different than the other companies that are more focused just on security. So I do like that consumer
Which also
aspect.
makes me worry about it being a novelty. You know, when I think
Yeah.
about what do I actually need this for, the answer is zero. The whole issue of security, which is really, to me, the core use case for something like this, maybe the pets also, but I mean, the crawl space, that's a novelty. You know, there's all these little things that maybe
baby
you'd like to
monitoring is
do.
very good.
Baby monitoring also. I feel like there's a little bit of a novelty factor and the early adopter factor right now with it's cool to have a camera doing something, you know, in your house, and that'll become sort of just part of what we get with a lot of other services later.
I'm Mike Radenbaugh, and my company is Rad Power Bikes.
Welcome to the Space Needle.
So we're a direct-to-consumer electric bike manufacturer. We got started back in 2007, building custom electric bikes. In 2015, we launched our consumer direct model. We sell electric bikes directly to customers, which means we avoid going through dealers. Our bikes are sold at wholesale prices, and this eliminates one of the biggest barriers to e-bike adoption, which is really the high purchase price. We have 6 unique models of electric bikes, all which utilize the latest technology to provide customers from all walks of life with power and confidence to get out and ride more. We're excited about the e-bike market's exponential growth, and we're here to support that with our electric bikes, which are built for everything and priced for everyone. And our company's based right here in beautiful Seattle.
Wow.
How fast does it go?
Yeah, so the federal legal limit for electric bikes is 20 miles an hour, so all of our bikes are capped out at 20, so you can ride them without registration or license or anything. It's just treated like a regular bicycle.
Can you customize it when you purchase it?
So we offer 0 customizations. We think that that's actually a problem that a lot of our competitors, they offer too many options, and we try to create kind of freedom from choice. So our website, we have very simple checkout process and just 6 unique models, 1 color, 1 size, that kind of a thing.
What's the demographics of your purchaser?
A lot of our competitors target the younger generation, but really electric bikes are for everyone. So we focus heavily on young families, on baby boomers who want to get out and ride more and really feel like a kid again. And then people start using it for every aspect of their life, and they start sharing it. So what we're seeing now is it's sort of like the cell phone. It's something everyone wants and loves and needs to own, and it really just improves your life.
Where have you seen the growth from a geographic perspective?
Our sales are concentrated in suburban areas where people are commuting into cities and really hate driving and hate dealing with traffic, and they're within range, within 20 miles or so of the downtown core. So that's really a big growth area for us. And then a lot of people in hunting and then commercial channels like logistics and law enforcement and tourism.
Hunting?
Yeah. You can believe it or not.
Bow and arrow on your e-bike, yeah.
I gotta see that. Talk to us a little bit about the growth in the customer base. Like, how are you building awareness? What are the things that have really worked for you? What are the things you're investing in?
We're focused almost entirely on digital advertising, so Facebook and Google. We've recently started doing radio and print billboard ads. So you're kind of hitting people with radio and billboards as they're driving in their cars and they're frustrated with traffic. And then really just retargeting people, so people come to our website. It's a bigger purchase. These are $1,500, so it's something to think about. A lot of people haven't bought a bicycle since their Schwinn in the 70s, so $1,500 purchase takes them a few days to think about.
Which competitor are you most worried about?
So there's a couple incumbent brands. One is called Pedigo, which is more of a franchise model electric bike company. We surpassed them last year in gross sales, and now we're just kind of skyrocketing past them. And then bigger brands like Specialized and Trek, they do make electric bikes, but they're generally in the $5,000 to $7,000 or $8,000 price range. So again, we're in a really nice place now. We've found a really nice, it's not just a niche, we have an offering for every type of e-bike consumer at a price point that's very, very desirable.
Let's take a look at it.
Yes, this is our flagship model. It's called the Rad Rover. It's an electric fat tire bike. So we originally launched this bike as our first machine because we found that electric bikes, they're not generally very eye-catching. It's hard to tell they're an electric bike because they're silent, but with tires of this magnitude, you can't not just stare at it.
As you said, some bikes are sort of in this $6,000, $7,000. Like, why is yours so inexpensive?
It's really because of the markup. So it's the channels, because you're buying those Specialized and those Treks, you're buying those through dealerships, and the dealership has to make 50%. Just to stay in business. So by avoiding that, we've mastered the consumer direct model, shipping directly to your doorstep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, super cool.
We're seeing this, I think, across consumer goods where it's just direct to consumer. The manufacturing is simplified, keep the SKUs very limited, and you're seeing a lot of the prior competitors who have retail channels and dealer channels just not being able to compete. So I think this is spot on.
Given how many of those bikes are being manufactured in China, what is stopping someone launching a new brand that comes in with a cheaper, $1,000 version of that bike?
The business and the product is super cool. It's just a question of, does it hit a point where you're like, okay, everybody who needs that part of the solution has what they want.
Right.
And it's just not big enough to go to the next level of a company, because then all of a sudden they go, well, I don't really either can afford it, don't have the right commuting scenario, or line bike, OFO, whatever is good enough for me. Mike, I'm going to give you feedback on Rad Bikes. We love the product. Product was super cool. Congratulations on all the success. Some areas we were concerned about, how big is the market actually? And I think you probably tapped into a market of people who are either had bike commuting one way or another, and we're looking for a better solution there. But at some point when you think about urban people, they have all these different options now. And does somebody want to choose your option versus a Lyft, an Uber, a line bike, an OFO, or something else, and make a commitment to that particular thing? We also loved your go-to-market as part of the innovation.
Elana, I'm going to give you some feedback on Wyze. First of all, I love the product, fantastic job, and I love the obsessiveness around the consumer experience. That's awesome. A couple of things that we'd love to see you guys think a little bit more about. First of all is the reliance on price point. When you're dealing with competitors as big as someone like Amazon, then what is the risk of them coming in, even for a specific period of time? Secondarily is just the scope of products. Like, what is the next big product that will continue that momentum going? But I am testing a bunch of these at home right now. I have a variety of them, and I'd love to try that product out and just see how it compares against the competitors.
Great.
I have a variety of bikes at home, and I'd like to test this one out as well.
So Max, we wanted to also talk to you a little bit about your presentation. Fabulous job, really interested in the trajectory of the company. We agree that construction is ready for a revolution in a number of areas. We also think from a VC perspective or an investor perspective, you're a company that's really poised for a very nice exit through an acquisition. That may be not the route that you choose to go because you may continue to blow the company up into a bigger and bigger footprint, but we think you've got a lot of optionality there. The patent is also very appealing if it's as broad as it sounds like it is, because it gives you defensibility, although as we all know, when you're a small company and a big company decides to rip you off, that's always a challenge, so you shouldn't rely on that too much. But for those reasons, you are our winner of today's competition. So congratulations. Thank all three of you.
Thanks a lot. I think it was understanding of our market, an IP defensible product, and the trajectory that our business has been going on. We've got some really strong partners and staff and customers that are allowing us to grow, and I think the judges saw that as an opportunity for a potential fruitful exit, and that's why we're here.
This week's winner will advance to the next round with a chance to pitch live on stage in front of 1,000 tech and business leaders at the 2018 GeekWire's Summit. In our next episode, 3 new entrepreneurs will hop on board the Space Needle elevator. Check out geekwire.com/elevator pitch for new episodes.